All right, our last comedian for this evening. Please give it up for Jack Nyanjero. There he is.
How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Can you guys see me? So I'm wearing a white shirt so people can see me. People always complaining, oh, please smile when you're on stage so we can see you. Today I chose a white shirt. That's what I chose. So one thing about me is I don't like doing online shopping. I don't like shopping for things online. And I have one good reason. Hear me out. The reason I don't buy things online is because my street does not have a name. So the conversation with the bodaga is usually very long. Like, well, umefika wapi? Can you off-road? Ingia hapo utaona waizi watatu. That's where I live. That is exactly where I live. Yeah, that's why I don't do online shopping. I live on one of those streets, man. It has no name. Like now, even if you want to come and visit me, you have to manually type in the coordinates of my house into Google. Like I even memorized that shit. Like I live 36 degrees east and 1.62933439 degrees Celsius. That's where I live. So please visit tonight. I'll appreciate. Yeah, shopping sucks. I don't like doing shopping, especially in supermarkets. And there's things that buying some things in supermarkets is really awkward. Like, have you ever tried buying condoms in a supermarket? It is the most awkward thing on this planet. Like, buying condoms should be like buying weed, you know? Should only happen at night, in a dark alley somewhere. Only cash, you know? Cash transactions are faster. I don't have to ask you for your numbers, G. What's your pochi? I don't have to ask for that. Those are way faster. So yeah, it should be like buying weed. Because buying condoms in supermarkets, bro, like, I don't know why, but for some reason, when you're buying condoms, the scanner thing at the cashier always stops working. I don't know why. Like, you ever been standing there and then there's a beep, 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 and then there's a line of like 30 people behind you watching, you know? And then they start asking you questions like, uko na kadi ya Naivas? And I'm like, please, madam, I have things to do. You're wasting my time. She will lose interest. Yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah, but I have a trick for the men here. If you must buy condoms in a supermarket, do this. Or rather, what I usually do is I usually pretend I'm buying like loads of other things that I don't need. Like I found myself buying diapers. I don't have kids, and then the condom is like an afterthought. You know, when I walk to the cashier, because the condoms are usually at the there, and then it's like, oh, I guess might as well. Let me just take one. Since you guys suggested it so much, Naivas, I'll take one home. I think women should start asking men for their numbers. I think so. Yeah. Why not? Like, let's switch things up a little bit, you know? Ask a guy out and maybe later he'll get to block you and steal your hoodie. Let's switch things up. Let's see what happens. Because, listen, because of how things are set up in society, whatever, as a man, ladies don't ask me for my number. And it sucks. But it happened to me once. And I'll tell you this, I felt like I was on top of the world. Like, I was on cloud 9. Yeah. It was an M-Pesa lady, but I go there every day now to make transactions. I know her name. She's called Lucy. She went to Ngara Girls. I know everything about her. She asked me for my number. Okay, fine. I know for the ladies that asking a guy for his number can be a bit much. Can be a bit much. So the least you can do, The least you can do, just throw a compliment to a guy. Compliment a man. Just walk up to a guy and tell him, hey, you have a nice shirt. Because the last time I was complimented, I think I was in class 2, so it doesn't happen very often. So just walk up to a guy and tell him that he looks nice. I mean, I was complimented last week. I was walking down a street, and then this very beautiful lady, she just shouted out of nowhere, hey, handsome! It was Koinange Street, but yeah.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
She knows. Yeah, a win is a win. As a man, I get accused a lot for being a horrible communicator by women. Oh, you can't communicate your feelings. Just tell me how you feel. Express yourself, please. Just tell me. Stop being so nonchalant, please. And I'll tell you guys something. Like, I think women are also like not the best at communicating. Because as a man, I always find myself in this situation. Like, have you ever been like at a KFC or at Naivas, at the checkout, and then the lady smiles at you, and you immediately think of abandoning your whole family to just be with her, you know? And then you start asking yourself that one question that you ask yourself every time, like, does she like me? Or is she just being kind? You know that question? Like the lady at KFC smiles at you, the makanga smiles at you. Okay, not the makanga, but when someone smiles at you nicely, you just, do they like me or are they just being kind? You know that thing? Like I remember I was once out in a club. It was actually The Alchemist. And I saw this girl seated alone in a corner. And that's like a green light for every guy. You see a girl alone in a club, you approach her. And so I approached her and I asked her if I could buy her a drink. And she said yes. And when she said yes, that thing went off in my mind like, does she like me or is she just being kind? So anyway, we had fun on that night. We danced, you know, it was a fun night. And later that night, outside the club, she gave me a peck on my cheek. And as she was kissing me on my cheek, I remember thinking, does she like me or is she just being kind? So later that night, we were having sex at my place. And it was amazing. She had a strap on and everything. It was good. But as we were in the height of passion, I just remember thinking, does she like me? Or is she just being kind? Well, I later found my answer when she asked me to pay for her services. Yeah. Yeah, pro tip, never pick up a girl from Sabina Joy. It's not the place to do that. That's been my comedy set. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it, but I sure as hell did. So thank you very much.